Hi and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali, an early retired teacher, currently living well on my small teacher's pension. And today is going to be a short, wide-ranging Wednesday video where I'm going to just give you a quick catch up on my Hexiquilt and fill you in on the outcome of my chat with the TV producer about the programme that I was invited to consider taking part in. And yeah, I know I say this is going to be a quick video, so I will do my best to keep it short. So if you only want to find out about the TV stuff, you can fast forward past this bit. I'll put a timestamp up. But the first thing I'm going to share with you is that I have finished my Hexiquilt top. So I've finished hand stitching all the hexagons together. I've neatened off the top and the bottom edge. And the next stage will be piecing together. I think I might have a piece of quilt batting that's big enough, but if not, I might need to join some together. So I will share that if I do that. My mum just gave me a bag of quilt batting and I'll just need to see what's in there. Again, I'm making use of the resources that I have. So I've got the quilting sandwich batting bit sorted, so I just need a backing fabric. Now, I've measured the quilt, this will be the top, and it's 130 top to bottom, 150 side to side. No reason for it being that size. I'm sick of doing hexies, so I need to finish it so that I can start another project with a clear conscience, because I am aware that I do sometimes flit from project to project without really finishing it. So I would really like this one finished. So I've got a couple of options for the backing. I do have a large plain piece of, it looks like sheeting fabric that I got from my mum. It's a sort of pale green colour. I can't put my hands on it just now, but it'll be just one big piece, all one pale green colour, and that'll be the backing. I also found this piece of fabric. Now, I had this in my classroom. The kids loved it, and it has been washed many times. It used to cover our big Lego tray, and the kids knew that when the pirates were guarding the treasure, i.e. the Lego, they couldn't play with it, so it was well used. Unfortunately, it's not big enough. It's short by quite a bit, and I don't have anything extra that I could piece together. So I think that's a no for the backing fabric, unless I can find enough to do an edging or a border that matches. We shall see. My other option is I have got some nice dinosaur themed fat quarters, again all donated from my mum's quilting friends. So I've got a few fat quarters. This one might, I think some of this bit has been used, but it's still enough to piece together. I quite like this one as well. And I've got a wee pile here of those, so I know I've got enough that I could just stitch them together in large squares, and that would make a big backing. But other than that, yeah, I think I'm ready to move to the next stage. I've decided that I am going to hand quilt it, and I've no idea how long that is going to take, so I will just keep ploughing away. I know Kate at the last homely house loves her hand quilting, so I'll be watching some of her hand quilting videos again just to pick up some tips. But it'll just be a simple running stitch sort of through the middle of the hexes, and then that'll obviously work if I've got this busy pattern on the back as well. So yay for a project that is going to be completed, I hope, by the end of the year. That's my target. I would like this done and dusted by the end of the year, so that in January, when I set my goals for 2026, my sewing goals will be to get started on clothes, to do it properly. So fingers crossed, that's the plan. So here's a wee closer look at the edges. Some of it is better quality stitching than others. I definitely got better the further up the quilt I went, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. So as I said, next stage is to get a backing sorted. Okay, if you fast forwarded this to the timestamp bit to find out about the TV programme. So the TV programme is called, it's going to be called something like the cheapest luxury Christmas, no, Britain's cheapest luxury Christmas. I think that's what it's going to be called. Yeah, I'll need to double check that. I'll put it in the description below. It's a new series, so it's not anything that's been on TV before. I still don't know what channel it would. All she would say is it's a major channel, so I'm guessing maybe channel 4, channel 5 possibly, rather than, you know, like a streaming service. I had my Zoom sort of audition this morning, and it would involve filming over 3 days. The first day, they will come to me and they will interview me to find out more about me personally, talking about my background, my YouTube channel, why I'm frugal, how I came to be frugal, what sort of things I do, what advice would I give. Quite an in-depth interview. So that would be day 1. Day 2, they would film me going around my local supermarket, and I would have a task to do. I would be specifically looking for Christmas items, but they want me to use all my tricks and knowledge on how I would get the best deals for them, the bargains, how I could get them at a reduced cost. And I don't know what items it would be, but she said on day 3, I would then take those items somewhere. I'm assuming it would be locally here, because I can't imagine if you're buying yellow sticker turkey, you'll be taking it down to London or anywhere. There will be, I would be meeting the other people in the programme, and we would test each other's items and compare them, and then we would get the chance to taste a variety of items blind, I think, not knowing, you know, what brands they are, and just sort of ranking them in terms of what they taste like. And then I would assume they would tell you, you know, tell you the brands and the prices. And I mean, the programme sounds absolutely fascinating. It does sound really interesting. But I said no, thank you. I am happy to share what I share on YouTube, because I'm doing that on my terms, and I have complete control over what I say and what goes out. And any feedback or negative comments that I get back, I just delete them and I get rid of them. I'm just not comfortable sharing more of my personal stuff on national television. Yeah. There might have been a time when I would have jumped at it and said, yes, that would be fantastic, and I will show you how I go and get yellow sticker bargains. But the way she was speaking, because she was asking me things like, you know, how I do my weekly shop and how I reduce money. And to be honest, and this goes back a little bit to the, you know, this whole, am I boring because I do things, you know, in a certain way, you know, when I said to her, I don't do a weekly shop, and I don't really buy a lot of yellow sticker bargains, because what I do now is I bulk cook. I cook from scratch. I freeze. And she said, oh, can you give me some examples? So I was talking her through some of the things that I do to keep my food bill down, because I do keep my food bill down. I do stick to my budget. But I don't think that's what they're looking for. So in all honesty, she may have come back to me in a couple of days after they'd taken my tape to the other producers and might have said, no, that's not what we're looking for. I mean, I'm not boosting my own ego here by saying, no, I turned it down. No, they might well have turned me down, but I just thought if I say to her now I'm not interested, then they can go focus on somebody else and they can, they can find exactly what they're looking for. She did ask me lots of questions about why I don't work with brands and why I don't work with collaborations. And I basically said to her, because I'm too honest and I don't play the line that, these companies want me to do. And I don't know if that kind of made her go, oh, right, oh, well, But it would mean that they had control over what I say and do. Whereas with my YouTube channel, I'm the one in control and I share a certain level of personal stuff up to a limit. I just don't want to. I mean, it's lovely when people come up to me locally and say that they watch my channel, or that genuinely is lovely. I'm not sure on a much bigger scale. I would really like that amount of attention, because obviously the whole point of my life is it's small and it's quiet, and I'm content with what I'm doing now. So have I done the right thing? Some may disagree, but for me, it wasn't. I genuinely went into the Zoom meeting this morning with an open mind, but for me, it's just not for me anymore. And good luck to whoever takes part in the program. I am comfortable with the level of anonymity that I have on YouTube, so that's enough for me. I have no desire to be famous. I genuinely would just like sharing what I do, and I love it when people come back and say, yep, that's what I'm doing, or that's what I want to do, or that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to show what can be done on a small budget. You don't have to live like a pauper. You don't have to be miserable and unhappy. You can have a nice life on less. And I'm not sure that is the vibe that this program is going for. So if I hear back from the producer, I will let you know. And if you're watching, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's just not for me anymore. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. You'll notice it's quiet and there's no mad Luna running around today. This is one of her days. She's at daycare, and I have had a joiner in sorting out the patio door. So you may see that in another video, but yeah, my patio doors are finally safe, secure and lovely again. So I will share that story maybe next week. I mean, it's not that exciting. I've just got decent doors again. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it's not been too long a video, and yeah, it's been an interesting day. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again on Foodie Friday. On my way to pick up Luna today, I'm actually going to pop in to Waitrose and see if there are any yellow sticker meat and fish bargains, and you might see them on Friday. Thanks for watching. See you then. Bye.